Welcome back traders to my YouTube channel. In this video I'll be going over some back testing with you guys on GBP JPY. Obviously I will be implementing the new strategy, the break retest, with the overall trend. I'll be implementing that, and I'll just go over some trades just to help you guys understand how I actually use this strategy and how you can use it as well. So what I'm going to do right now on GBP JPY on the 4-hour time frame, I'm just going to grab the replay tool, and I'm going to go to a random point in the chart in the market, just like around, just like anywhere. So I'm just going to go right here. Okay, so this is what we have right here. Okay, so I'm going to go over maybe 4 to 5 trades, and we'll see how they play out. So with the overall trend, I see that the trend is bearish, and I see that this was the previous lower high. Market pushed up to create a new higher high, so potential break of market structure. So let's try to draw on our zones, and we'll see, and we'll go from there. So we have this level right here, which is acting as a pretty nice level of resistance, and then we have maybe this level of support we should probably keep an eye on. And I think that's enough for right now, and we'll see how this plays out. I have my replay tool right here. Let's see. Okay, so we see prices starting to push up. Okay, now we're at our support zone. Are we going to break or bounce? Let's see what happens. Okay, so we're showing signs of rejections right here. I'm gonna wait for one more candlestick to confirm if we're going to reject. Okay, so I'm going to enter this buy position because we're at a support level, and we see that price is starting to show many signs of rejections, and it is a strong level of support proven by this level right here, where we had a huge bearish push to the downside. Market failed and it continued to push higher. So I'm just going to enter this position, and we'll see how this trade plays out. Okay, so my take profit is going to be around here. My stop loss is just going to be around here. So assuming that we're going to do 2% risk, we'll make this trade a 1 to 2.5. Okay, so let's see how this trade goes, and we see prices starting to push up. Okay, so now this trade's at break even, and take profit is hit. All right, so first trade, I'm just gonna write this down so you don't lose sight, so lose our or forget. This trade we made on GBP JPY with a 2.5 risk is a 5% trade. Okay, so this was trade number 1. Okay, so let's copy this. Okay, so now let's continue to move on. Let's see what happens from here. Let's see if we can reach our level of resistance at the top right here. So I'm just going to drag this across. I'd love to see a break and retest of this level of resistance, but right now I see the price is just moving sideways, and there's no clear directional bias right now. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we're back at this level. We just formed a bullish engulfing. Maybe we could see another push towards the upside the way that the price is forming. If we can maybe have one more retest, we could potentially look for an entry here. One more shooting star. Okay, so this right here is a bear shooting star. I don't want to look for it. I don't want to enter this position just now. I'm gonna wait for the next 4-hour closure. And okay, this is good to go. We just formed a bullish shooting star or bullish engulfing. Not quite an engulfing, but a rejection. Okay, so this is a nice bullish rejection off of our strong level of support. Let's enter this position once again. Again, so this is a 2% risk. Let's see how this trade looks. Maybe a 1 to 2. Okay, let's try doing this. Let's try doing a 1 to 2. Let's see how this trade goes. Okay, so we had just formed, we pushed back into its support level, and okay, so stop loss was hit. Okay, so let's put that down. So we have first trade was 5%. Okay, second trade is going to be at -2%, because we're assuming that every trade we take is a 2% risk. Okay, so I'm just going to copy, delete. Okay, so we just broke this level of support. Let's see if we can come up for a retest and continuation. So there's a retest of bullish. Let's wait for the next one. Okay, so we just pushed up all the way high. Let's continue to see how price develops. Okay, so there's a level of resistance that price is reacting to right here. So I'm just going to draw that on. So you guys can see it's a very simple strategy, just support resistance and understanding the psychology of the market. So we just broke above this nice level of resistance, and we broke MS. We broke market structure. Let's see if we can come up a bit higher now and have this retest. Let's see here. Okay, so we just had this retest. I'm going to delete this. Let's wait for the next candle. Okay, not quite. Not quite. Let's see. Bullish engulfing. Okay, so this right here is a good. I would enter this position right here. Okay, so let's make this a 1 2 3, and let's see how this trade plays out. 1 2 3. Okay, so we're seeing price. Okay, there you go. So we have that push. So now we're break even on this, and we see price hit, take profit. Great. Okay, so let's enter this again. So we just made, this was a 3% risk, so this is a plus 6%. Okay, obviously I'm going to go over all of this, and I'm going to share with you guys why to, like, well, not really why, but I'll go over like the overall percentage. So I'll add all these up, and we'll see how much percentage we gain from the 5 trades that I'll be taking. So that this right here is 3 trades that I took so far. We'll see how price develops. Okay, so there's a level of resistance support right here that we kind of missed out on. I was pressing the button too quick. Let's see if we can come down for that retest. Okay, we could enter another buy here. You know what, let's enter another buy, because we are in a bullish trend. We just formed a shooting star, and we just have a rejection. We had a first rejection here, rejection over here. So this is right here is a pretty important level. I'm gonna enter this position, and I'm going to look for a 1 2. I'll look for 1 2 3 again. Okay, let's see how this trade plays out. Okay, so indecision. Okay, we're starting to push up higher. Okay, so now we're break even on this trade, so stop loss is out over here. Let's see how this goes. And okay, so take profit would have been hit here. I'm going to secure 2% on this, 2% on this trade. Okay, so we just got 2% on this trade. Let's put that down. So one more trade, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so we just had a rejection again. I'd love to see a break of this resistance level and a continuation. All right, so let's see what happens. Okay, so we're starting to show rejections. We had that break, not quite a retest. Bears are still present. Okay, let's see. Okay, this could be a, you know what, I'll enter this position. I'll put it right below here, and I'll make this a 1 2 2. All right, 1 2 2, 2% risk. Let's see how this trade plays out. Okay, so we just came down for that retest. Let's see. So price is just moving sideways now. Okay, so price is consolidating, but you know what, we're gonna hold this trade. We'll see what happens. Okay, so stop loss is hit on this one, and let's get a negative 2%. All right, so this right here, let's delete everything. Not everything. Okay, let's delete this and this. Okay, so first trade we made 5%, second trade we made 2%, 6%, plus 2, and negative 2. So in total, all right, so in total we would be up. Oops. Okay, so 5 plus 6 is 11, 13. And then you got to minus the 2% here and the 2% here, so around 9%. All right, so we would have been up 9% just off of these 5 trades. So risk reward ratio is a huge factor with this strategy. So it's a very simple strategy. I hope you guys learned something from this. Backtesting can be a very powerful tool, especially if you want to test out your analysis and test out the way that you're trading. And perhaps you might learn something new. Perhaps you might come across something that works better for your personality and the way that you trade. I personally see that the break retest strategy can be a very simple tool, especially for beginners as well, because it's not that hard. You're just simply trading with the trend. So for example, right here, when we were looking for entering a buy position, we were in an overall uptrend, so I was only looking for buys. In this situation with our first trade, we entered this position because price was in a consolidation, right? And we had this strong level of support, and we had multiple wick rejections, and we formed a double doji right here. So it's quite obvious that price was going to hold this level. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys learned something new. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this video and you would like me to do more in-depth backtesting like this in future videos.